This is a film that's very much about love and grief, but set in the world of international espionage. Is that
Nailed it. That's it.
Is that the thing that appealed to you most when you read it for the screenplay for the first time?
Yeah, yes, yeah, and we tried to infuse it with more of that. We developed it. I worked on it as a producer as well, so I just wanted to make it as authentic as possible. I wanted to use, address grief, address loss, really allow the audience to feel what that emptiness is of losing the person you care about the most, the person that made you whole, and how you deal with that, and perhaps weaponizing it as an individual who is underestimated the way Charlie is, and shows people the true grit that he actually has in a way that we usually don't see in an action film.
Rami, I love these scenes between you and Laurence. I felt like maybe there was a bit of like Mr. Robot meets Morpheus in some parallel universe. Yeah. What was it like having that tete-a-tete with him?
He and I met years ago, and we were at, I think it was an Avengers after party, and we locked eyes, and there was a moment we knew we both had this spiritual connection to one another. I've admired his work in a way that I have few actors in my lifetime. And so to get to work with him was a dream. I know that people throw that out all the time as a cliche, but it's Morpheus. It's the greatest mentor you could probably have in action film history. So what luck, what a gift.
And the Amateur has a very classic structure. It reminds me a lot of 3 Days of Condor.
Yes.
So what do you think about this? Why spy movies are so popular right now?
I think the spy genre, you're talking about a movie from what, the 70s? And the book from the, when was that?
A lot of TV series and movies at the moment.
Yeah, you're right. I watched 3 Days of the Condor over and over preparing for this. I loved it in my youth. I was always introduced to those films by my father. So I think I don't know if they're generational or they're a sense of escapism, but in this case, it comes from the perspective of someone who's least likely to be a action hero, so to speak. But espionage is something we're always intrigued by. I think there's an underbelly in a world that we all question, wonder about, want to investigate, don't really have the answers to. There's something secretive going on in the world, and we think perhaps there's a gateway through these films into that world and beyond.
Great atmosphere tonight here,
It's
right?
excellent.
Right?
There's something about the white carpet that I'm really
I
loving.
was like, totally goes in with the theme of everything, so it's all good. So in this film, you play a decoding genius who's, well, the director said, I said revenge, he said justice.
I think I told him that because
did
everybody
you?
kept talking about revenge. Vengeance. They're very sharp, harsh words. But he has so much integrity. He's a guy who's suffering. He's dealt with grief, the loss of this incredible person that made him whole. They're two unique individuals that I think come together as a couple, and they're an unexpected couple, and he's an unexpected hero, and he'll go to any length to make sure that person he adored is not forgotten, and he does it in the most clever, ingenious ways. And I thought that was it. Yeah, seeking justice by virtue of integrity.
By virtue of assassinating his victims in very creative ways.
Yes, don't give away too much, but yes, he's incredibly creative. And sorry, go on.
Are you allowed to tell us which of your methods were your favorite?
I think it was the process of kind of investigating what we could pull off, what was possible before we came into these set pieces you'll see in the movie. That was an extraordinary bit of fun, because we thought put him in the most clever situations. He's the smartest guy. He's also very underestimated, and so it's nice to see someone not have to pull out a gun to take down their victims.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey, you guys!
Hey, you guys!
Hey, that's what they all say.
Hey, you guys!